Bren says, what would your plan be if you just started your Bitcoin journey today? That's a good question. What would your plan be if you just started your Bitcoin journey today? I would sign up for an account on ShakePay. I know I love Bitcoin well, but I would use ShakePay in Canada or River in the US. And I would take everything that I have, everything that I have quick access to, whether that's like a savings account, whether that's TFSA here in Canada or an HSA in Canada, take anything that you can and dump it into Bitcoin today. Even if it's a large purchase, I mean, start small, but on River and ShakePay, it's very hard to mess that up. So take whatever you have, dump it into Bitcoin today, leave it on those exchanges, ShakePay or River. Don't take it out yet. That's what most people on YouTube within Bitcoin get wrong, in my opinion. They put too much of a focus on not your keys, not your coins. And I feel like that just scares people away. Because as much as I support that, obviously this whole show is about self-custody and taking ownership of your Bitcoin. But just to start, you could leave it on an exchange for like 1, 2, 3, 4 months. And then when you have sufficient knowledge, that's when you take it off into your own wallet. And that could be onto like a Aqua wallet on your phone, a hardware wallet like Sparrow on your desktop, or a device like Cold Card or Trezor. Even though I don't love Trezor, I think it's a really easy place to start. And then just gradually go up from there. But don't spend too much time, don't stress out about not knowing how to protect your Bitcoin. Just leave it on the exchange. So you could either do that with ShakePay, River, or like a Bitcoin ETF. You want to get the price exposure. That's the key at the start. You want to get the price exposure because this thing could blast off at any moment. We could get to 88 miles per hour here, see some serious shit at any moment. And you don't want to have that cash or other assets on the sidelines at that time. You want to have the price exposure to Bitcoin. So whether that's holding on an exchange for a little while or keeping it in Bitcoin ETF, just get the price exposure as fast as you can. And then take some time or hire somebody to help you secure that Bitcoin and move it off the exchange, sell your ETF, buy Bitcoin, move it to your wallet. Just like driving a car. I think that's a great analogy. And I think that when you're first getting in Bitcoin, you kind of have two options. You can either invest your time, watch a bunch of videos, do whatever you need to do, learn how to protect your Bitcoin, or you can invest your dollars and hire somebody to help you with that. But it's very similar to driving a car where when you first learn to drive, it's not like somebody gives you the keys and says, hit the highway, good luck. You spend the first couple months or 6 months, whatever it is, with somebody as a passenger there, making sure that you don't do anything stupid. Sometimes they have a brake that they can press if you're going too fast. Sometimes it's just your parents or your brother or your friend who's helping you there. But it's the same kind of thing. And that's why I actually lean towards getting help from somebody, because it's the same kind of thing. You don't want to hit the highway before you learn how to drive. You don't want to take custody of your Bitcoin before you learn how to secure that Bitcoin. Moral of the story, get price exposure as fast as you can. Take all of your assets, buy Bitcoin. Not all of your assets, but anything that you'd feel comfortable with putting into Bitcoin, and then learn. I think that's where people get it wrong within Bitcoin. So with that, if you're watching this in Canada, I'll put my ShakePay link below. If you're a new Bitcoiner, I'll put my ShakePay link below, and I'll get a link for River as well. So both of those will be in the show notes there. And both should have some sort of incentive for using a link. But both those exchanges, although I like Bitcoin Well better for seasoned Bitcoiners, for people who know what they're doing. But for somebody who's brand new to Bitcoin, ShakePay is very easy.